Two major updates on a Locked On West Virginia emergency episode as I have been updated on both Miles Sadler and Kevin Brown. West Virginia is in a good spot with both of these kids, guys.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Guys, welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, a bit of an emergency show here as I've been updated on five-star guard Miles Sadler and four-star offensive tackle Kevin Brown, who is on campus today. Spoke to his dad just a minute ago. We'll definitely talk about both of these things here in just a minute. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. Going to be brought to you by our friends, and we love our friends, always talking about Mazda. Look, when it comes to Mazda, like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, pulling off the unexpected is only the beginning. Stay tuned later for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward today with Mazda. Move and be moved. All right, we're going to start with Miles Sadler here, and then we're going to get to Kevin Brown in a minute. So, okay. Miles Sadler, five-star guard, obviously huge news today as West Virginia has been added to his top six, right? And that was news in and of itself. I had originally planned to get on here and talk about that, but I have since been notified of some things that have happened as well. And then I reached out and spoke with Ali Doom myself. So it seems to me that West Virginia is in a really good spot with Miles Sadler now. And he has the West Virginia does have the inside track with this. So they are, as far as on the On3 website or Rivals website, whichever one it is, they're noted as being basically the warmer of the two. Let me see where this was sent to me from. Okay, so this is okay, good. Okay. So this is an article that which Morgantown wrote. I'm going to share the screen with you guys really quick. So where he put a couple screenshots up of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the first one, Jerry West Enthusiast. A photo of Alio Doom speaking underneath of, let's see here. So Coach Yusuf Ali got a new one, y'all. He says right there from Alio Doom underneath the top six thing, right? So that gave me the impetus to reach out, which I did. I learned some new information. West Virginia does have the inside track. Obviously, he's saying something about similar to that right here, but I wanted to clarify what he meant. If you guys aren't familiar with who I'm talking about, West Virginia hired a coach, and it's turned out to be just an amazing hire in Yusuf Ali, who has been just tremendous, guys, already as one of the best recruiters in all of college basketball. And so he's playing a huge part in this. He was Miles Sadler's coach whenever he was young. And so there's already that relationship established there. Which I think Voice of Morgantown also touched on. The quote is this: Yusuf Ali used to be my coach when I was 14. When I was playing at UPlay, Sadler said, I feel like with him there is a relationship already that we have early, and I feel like him being there is just another relationship that's just going to be easy to build on. I don't know too much about West Virginia, but I feel like the area is all about the school. So I feel like they have a very, very great fan base and stuff like that. I feel like me going there would really make a name for myself. So he's already kind of, I don't want to say infatuated, but definitely loving it, if you will, at West Virginia. Now there are strong contenders here. Not going to lie about that, right? USC, Maryland, Oklahoma, others. So sure, there are others in play. I think Oklahoma is supposed to be a strong contender, but the fact that this guy coached him when he was a kid, the fact that you've got his teammate, by the way, Alio Doom is his teammate, guys. So you have his teammate in high school who they've been very successful together, and a 4-star player in and of himself, saying that, coach got another one. Those are all very, very large signs saying West Virginia the front runner, West Virginia the front runner. So I would say, always take all these things with a grain of salt, because things change in this world. We know, absolutely, and all that, they can change. But so I would be cautiously optimistic, coptimistic, if you will, about this situation. I think this is one that obviously West Virginia, this would be a program changing event, especially if it works out. Obviously, when it comes to 5-star players, a lot of times they do. But there are times they don't. I mean, it's not 100% all across the board. JT Daniels, guys, like, sometimes they're not as good as you thought they would be. As far as the kind of player he is, and we're going to get into Kevin Brown here in just a minute too, guys. I've got a big update on Kevin Brown, the Penn State. We're probably going to decommit from Penn State at some point, although that hasn't happened yet. Miles Sadler, obviously, if you want to talk about just how big time he is, from Bella Vista Prep in Arizona, 6 feet 170. He is shifty as hell, right? He changes speed, direction on a dime. He's a high IQ floor general. He collapses defense. He finds cutters. He finds spotters. He finds guys in the corner. He can get into the lane. He can finish with either hand. He can go over either shoulder. He's really crafty finisher around the rim. He actually plays through contact well for his size. And Yusuf recruited him at Michigan State for 2 years, guys. So this is this is a very old relationship that goes back close to a decade, right? In the IBL, he was the MVP, 22.4 points per game, where he led the Cardinals to the Beach Jam, which Ali Odum was also a part of. So he does have a slight frame. That's really the only weakness that he has. He does suit a high volume of three-pointers as well, and at times has been streaky in his high school career, but that's like really nitpicking, guys. Like, there's almost nothing about this player that wouldn't be game-changing for West Virginia. And so I've got the hard edge meter out on him. So on a scale, the hard edge meter is a scale up to 50, where I grade on 5 categories. Sometimes it's player-based, because you can't grade an offensive lineman the same way you can grade a receiver, right? You're not going to grade an offensive lineman's hands, you're not going to grade a receiver's anchor, as he's being pass rushed. So same thing in basketball. A forward may be judged on footwork, as to where a guard will be judged on handles or whatever, right? So in this case, I've got playmaking and vision, scoring versatility, defensive quickness, handles / ball control, and athleticism and upside. And if you can't already guess, he scores highly in all of these. Miles Sadler in a playmaking / vision, I gave him 9.8. He averaged 7.1 assists per game in the IBL, guys. That's elite. That means he sees other angles that other people don't see. Scoring versatility is also in the 9s at a 9.2. He's got the pull-up mid-range. He can go hezzy. He can go step back, which he likes to get to that left-handed step back. He can crafty finishes at the rim. He can dunk if need be. Crossovers, step backs. What else does he do? He does Euro steps. He does crafty jump steps. He does an in and out game with one hand that he likes to do, where he'll take the ball and go in and out and kind of cross you over with the one hand, coming across back to the left like that. They used to have a name for it, but I can't remember it. So he does that extremely well. Probably might be his best overall thing that he does is, just his ability to dribble the ball. He is quick on defense, 9.5 on defense, 2.1 steals per game. He's really pesky on the ball, forces turnovers, but he can get bodied at times. And then athleticism, an upside, you give him a 9.0. He's got an elite first step. if he adds 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, we're talking a big-time player for West Virginia, right? So this is all great stuff. This is all big time. But can he rebound, though, says Drumwolf. I'm sure he can be like Mike Gansey and get good at it. Sure. Mike Gansey got good at it. If you remember Mike Gansey, one of the best rebounding guards in the history of West Virginia basketball. So let's see here. Let me get back to my breakdown. All right. So, yeah. So that's the breakdown for a total composite score of 47.2 out of 50. And that's about as high as I give out. Obviously, you don't give them out much higher. This is one of those ones that obviously changed your program. You've got a 1 or a 2 guard that will be very, very possibly one of the best in the country going forward if you get this one. So, it would be an amazing start to Coach Hodges' tenure, obviously, and in beyond. So let's keep an eye on this one as Miles Sadler seems to be closing in on making a decision, and West Virginia looks to have the inside track. That's big time. Let's go to break. Kevin Brown, I just got done speaking to his dad. What did he have to say? Well, he had to say a lot, and I was impressed. I'm not the only one that was impressed. So was he. We talk about that next. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our friends at Mazda. When it comes to Mazda, y'all, we know, and listen, it's always that way with Mazda, where cars are going to be crafted for those who do more than simply move, and they deliver more confidence with every ride, with more IHS Top Safety Pick awards than anyone else as of August 2025. Like our players, we sweat every detail, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. All right, guys, we are in segment 2. I do not have a do to crack today, but that's fine. Let's jump into another update. And look, let's just be honest here. This one's just as big, right? Because the offensive line moving forward for Rich Rod and company, very important. Is Rich Rod going to be able to get his version of Zach Frazier? Well, this would be that. Zach Frazier had the most impressive tape for a center I've ever watched coming out of high school. He was one of those ones I knew for a fact West Virginia was getting a steal. You just watch his tape against the his West Virginia tape was great because he was so much better than everybody. But like when you watched him in any of the Under Armour stuff or any of those where he was going up against other elite talent, the way he was able to anchor and bow, I knew he was going to be a monster. But I didn't know he was going to be as good as he became, obviously. I knew he would be a great player for us, a starter. Didn't know he'd be the best center in the league someday, or one of the two. Well, he's top 3. Did a video on him earlier, by the way. Kevin Brown has similar potential. He's floating around there, closing in on a 5th star. He may end up getting that. Obviously, he's committed to Penn State for a little while. That's no longer going to happen, and he's probably going to decommit from there at some point in time, although, his dad hasn't told me that, or nobody has really told me that. I'm making an assumption here based on all these other visits he's going on. But he was at West Virginia today, and let's share the picture here of them on their visit. I think I have it. Let me see. Wrong one. Let me see. Well, it looks like I didn't screenshot it, so let me go back and screenshot it really quick, and then I'll pull it up on the screen for you guys. All right, so we'll add this to the screen for you. And if you're watching there, if you're listening to this via audio, stick with me for a second, and I'll kind of explain what this is. So this is a family picture. This is Rich Rod in the middle with Kevin Brown, who just looks like an absolute unit. He literally makes Rich Rodriguez look like a small old man. I'm not kidding. I mean, look at the legs on this kid. What an immense human being this kid is. And, next to Rich Rod, even next to his dad, he makes his dad, Tim, who played at West Virginia, look smaller. And then you've got Titus there as well, who is already pretty well committed to West Virginia. And then I must be his grandparents, I'm assuming, along with his mother, maybe aunt, sister, I'm assuming. But, so he came to West Virginia today on a visit. So he's been committed to Penn State for a while. So you would think it would be pretty hard to impress a kid like that, right? Who's seen everything Penn State has to offer. Wrong. West Virginia impressed. Put his name in, so I don't want to show his number. West Virginia is very impressive. West Virginia staff is very impressive. Kevin loved the coaches and really connected with the offense. Coach Rod's vision for the future as well. The strength staff did their thing. The nutrition staff impressed Kevin, which is hard to do. Overall, it was a very positive trip. WVU was first class through and through. Very impressive. That's from Tim Brown, the father of Kevin Brown, which you saw in the picture. So this continues to be another positive development for West Virginia recruiting. And this is obviously, by my tape study, this would be among the best offensive linemen in school history to ever walk through those doors. If you compare him to the other elite tackles in this class, he probably has the best overall anchor in the 2025 class. What is an anchor? An anchor is simply this. Do you get moved back ever, right? Or in pass pro, when you're getting bull rushed, how do you hold up, right? Because a lot of times you're going to lose a little ground, but then how do you anchor and stop that? At some point, you got to keep them from pushing you back, right? They have the advantage. They're running forward with momentum, and you're moving backwards in a lot of cases, and you have to figure out how to stop that, right? You got to bow up and stop that. How are you going to do it? Well, Kevin Brown is capital elite at stopping pass rushers. That's what he does. And at the end of the day, that's not the only thing he does. He's elite in almost every category that you can be elite in, guys. Truly, when I say it, would be one of the best, if not the best, offensive line recruits on paper in the history of our program. I don't say that lightly. I understand we've had great players. Don't get me confused here. I'm not saying that he's going to be the best player ever. I mean, who knows what he would turn into. I think he's got a great chance to be really good. But if you're talking about just on paper evaluation, he's this close to a 5th star. He is way up there in all the 4-star ratings that he gets. So, I mean, you could probably put him in as a 5-star player, and there would be people that would agree with that. So, both of these players, in my opinion, are right there at that 5-star level talent. You're really playing with, you're splitting hairs, right? Once you get past a certain point. So I don't know why it is he doesn't have his 5th star. I mean, if you look at like, what is it in his game that some people think he could be better at? Probably 15 to 20 pounds of functional mass. And then the competition level sometimes where he lives at. That's it. There's the only thing I could think of that would tick anything off of his stars. And there are I'm not a professional scout. I get that. I do it for a hobby. I do it every single day of my life. I talk to a lot of people that know I know what other people are looking for, so I can paint that picture. But surely at the end of the day, I can't look at a guy and tell whether he should be 5 stars or 4. That's hard. And it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's pretty on the end of it all. But, I mean, when you look at this picture of this kid, it's pretty dang obvious he's a unit. He's walking around in Crocs and makes everybody look just ridiculous. And let's not forget, his dad played at West Virginia. His brother's committed to West Virginia. So there are a lot of factors here at play. Another thing, he wants to be close to home, right? That's why he went to Penn State. West Virginia is 180 miles from where he lives, which is why Ohio State's also on the visitation list. Now, that could derail everything, and I'm not stupid enough to sit here and pretend like it wouldn't. But I think there are enough factors at play here, specifically playing time. this offensive line room there's nothing, right? He's going to come in and have the ability to compete, not tomorrow, yesterday. Kevin Brown would probably start on the offensive line right now this year. So very, very, very interesting stuff here going on. After the break, I say we go and check out some tape on both of these guys, and I'll kind of show you and paint a picture for you as to why I think they're both as elite as they are. We're very lucky to be in this position. We'll talk about it next. This episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our friends at Peloton. Look at Peloton. They're doing big things right now, guys. If you didn't know about it, Peloton has a new piece of equipment going on right now that a lot of people are really getting into, and it's shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus. It's powered by the Peloton IQ app. It's their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to improve, whether you're running, lifting, or cross-training with your favorite instructors. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs, also has tools that will help you plan, stay motivated, and reach peak performance. I love how the Peloton IQ system offers real-time coaching and system coaching, strength coaching. It actually adds reps, tracks reps, suggests the right weights, corrects your form, makes every rep safer and smarter. Heck, the only thing it doesn't do is lift the dag weight for you. The swivel screen is a game changer. You can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward today with the all-new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com. In segment 3, we're back. Thank you so much for waiting and being patient. Please like the video, guys. If you like the video, I keep my job, as Drake says. Subscribe if you are new around here, and please share the video out as well. I would really appreciate you all so much. You guys are great. You do a great job, and you help me quite a bit. So let's jump into some tape really quick on these guys. And, there'll be a day hopefully where these guys are committed and we can really watch some tape on them, right? So story's no longer available. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's see what we can see here. Obviously, here he is in some West Virginia gear. That's cool. Miles Sadler in West Virginia gear. We'll take that. There he is in the Oklahoma stuff. I was trying to find some reels here of him playing ball. Here we go. I think we have some. Well, can't play the music. I was hoping it wouldn't be any music. So here he is playing for Bella Vista. Nasty crossover. Nice finish at the rim. Nice step back. He lets it get to that left hand and pull back and step back. You see how he's able to, I don't know if I can rewind on this one, how he's able to manipulate the ball when he's on the run. It's pretty crazy stuff. Look at that elite. That's so pretty, guys. So pretty. I really enjoy watching this guy play with the left hand. And look at that. Oh, God, that's so pretty. Nice. He's so good at everything. Like, there's not a thing about basketball he's not good at. Look at the IQ. Fake pass, pull up for three, finishing over bigs, crossing over people. He finishes strong at the rim. How about a steal? Now he's on the break, and he finishes. I mean, look at those finishes. You've seen at least 5 or 6 different finishes in this cut-up. Guys, this guy could be in Morgantown. Do you know how big this would be for Ross Hodge and company? This is your starting point guard next year out of the gate. Out of the gate. This is probably your starting point guard. He has a lot to learn. Maybe it would be, can you imagine him and Amir Jenkins as your 2 points? I mean, goodness gracious, man. Or maybe Amir's off the ball. I have no idea. I don't know. Either way, you look at him and you're like, man, There is just so much about this kid that's special. And you just hope that you get to witness that in Morgantown. I hope he knows he could become somebody in Morgantown. Just like we've got Javon Carter and Javon Small and others that are doing things at the guard spot in the league right now from West Virginia. It didn't hurt them at all. It's not going to hurt you either. And, I mean, I would be so happy if this kid chose West Virginia, but I understand that's a big decision. Let's jump into Kevin Brown now here before we get out of here. Let's see. This is his X page. This is sophomore highlights. See if we can't get anything a little newer here. Kind of hoping we can. I know he's got some junior stuff up through this year. I've already seen it. Here's some of him working out, though, just so you can get a feel for what he looks like without pads on.
Yeah.
So his dad trained him pretty much. But you'll see here, look at the form, right? Elbows are in high. It just really everything's so tight. Look at the footwork. Look at the elbows.
Yeah.
Great job, man. Look at those feet. There he is as a wrestler. And that's, once again, there you got that wrestling connection. It matters, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. He can juggle. He can do trapeze. He can do unicycle. He's done every sport imaginable, guys. He's literally the unit. Like I don't say that lightly. He can lift a ton of weight. Like it's literally he's been built for this.
3, 2, 1, come on.
That's a video of him lifting a lot of weight. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 45-pound plates on each side? It's pretty nuts. Obviously, that's him at the Penn State camp, which is probably no longer a thing. 6'5", 290. Here's a picture of him at his place. But I guess we can watch. Let's see if we can see. Let me click on his profile and see if I can see something newer. Let's see, September 24th. Yeah, here we go. This is something from this year. So what we'll do is we'll watch this video and see what it's all about. So that'll work for me. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania product. Obviously physically dominant for the Cougars. And here he is on the left tackle side. As you can see him take a person for a ride. Here he is right here. Taking another guy for a ride, just absolutely dump trucking this guy. Here he's on the right side now. It looks like they may have moved him over there just to – look at that movement, guys. That's insane movement on somebody. All the way down the field. Here he is on the right side again. So it looks like he plays either right or left. It really doesn't matter. Not sure which one he prefers. Love that hit there. Here he is. Just taking the old boy for a ride again. He absolutely abused this guy all day. 6'3", got abused. Took him all the way to the out of bounds markers. Look at this. All the way out of bounds. How would you like to? I'd be so mad. Look at him pull right there. Holy cow, man. That's impressive stuff, right? So there's a reason he's rated so highly, no doubt. And we'll continue. Let's see if we can watch one more before. Here he is against Bishop McDevitt. That's a school I'm very familiar with. As far as we've obviously seen them around a lot through the years during recruiting. They put a lot of kids into college at the collegiate level. They've had from what I remember, a bunch of Division I guys come out of there. So yeah, well, PA is great high school football. I think it's lost a little bit its luster, but for the most part, man, it's still really good football. So, but yeah, I love the nasties for getting him. Here he is playing in the backfield, really gets moving on a guy, choke slams him to the ground. And there's that anchor we talk about, right? If you want to know what the anchor is, guys, if I can get it go back. So, okay, this kid's going to pass rush in, right? And make contact with him and try to move him backwards. An anchor is simply how well do you hold up in that situation? Very well, right? I mean, he gets knocked back maybe a smidge, but this guy's got no leverage at this point. He stood him straight up, and that's where it stops, you know? So in college, maybe he gets knocked back a step or two. Who knows? But for the most part, man, as long as you can keep that pocket clean, I mean, some of these guys, it's just so easy for them. So we'll keep an eye on Kevin as well. I think, either of these would be just massive for the future of the program. Both would be unprecedented. Obviously, we don't just get players like this every day. So we'll be praying and hoping it happens. And I think we deserve it. And he does have a great jawline. Yeah. His dad does too. Yeah. Cam Goforth is going to be another one that's going to be just incredible. Cam Goforth probably leads the country in pancakes, So yeah, he's another big one that and he's really sold on West Virginia too. Cam Goforth is. Have you guys seen him? I know some of you have. First of all, that's a really great name, I had him on the show. If you didn't know, guys, I interviewed Cam a few months back. I mean, look, this is the tape, right? If you want to know anything about Cam Goforth, this is it right here. He used to have this set to let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. And every time it would say that, people would be hitting the ground. So, but he put on there, no music, film doesn't lie. Now, his is against Tennessee players. And from what I understand, he does outmatch these kids by quite a lot in some of these cases. But I'm not trying to take anything away from Cam. I'm just saying, he is physically dominant, guys. Probably some of the most impressive stuff you'll see. Boom, on the ground. Boom, on the ground. Boom. I mean, just absolutely. That dude did a flip. Am I lying? This guy did a flip. Yeah, he did. How did he do that? Look at this. He gets up underneath his left shoulder here, or left arm, and then just flips him. Holy crap. That's crazy, man. This dude's an ox. Look at that. I mean, just the drive, but also you have to look at the size of the kid he's going against. I mean, not that he's tiny, but he's not huge either, right? In the run game, this kid's going to be a mauler, man. I just hope we hold on to him. I worry about it. I know he's 100% committed. He's another one I worry about losing, though. And he does have some things like he needs to get a little more flexible, in my opinion. I think that's something that, Cam would probably admit as well. He's and look at that wrestling move he did on him. This is so disrespectful. He abused the hell out of this guy. Number 76 on this. I mean, 76 has got to be 6'4", 6'5", 350 pounds. And he dominates him right here, right? So, because we know Cam's that size, and he's the same size, if not bigger. And look at Kim take him and absolutely just destroy him. And then do the wrestling spin on him. Look at this one here. No, I mean, this is just not fair. Like, this is not fair, right? Watch him just take him with one arm and sling him to the ground. Goodness gracious. And here's where, I don't know. You get him out in space. I don't know if this is where I would personally. I think Cam may be a goal. I don't know what he's going to be. I don't think he'll be a tackle personally. I think he'll probably be inside. But, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know enough about it to say. I mean, look at that play there. I mean, look at the just incredible. Some of these plays are truly incredible, I mean, it's just he's slinging guys like they're rag dolls. And it makes you wonder, number one, look at number 67 get abused. 6'7", there you are. He's mad. Goodness gracious, man. He's slinging guys around. Yeah, this guy can go, man. Obviously, I don't know. I'm a big Cam Goforth guy. I just wonder what level of competition that is. I think number one. I also wonder how he would do in space in some of these cases. Because he looks to be just a little stiff at times. Maybe I'm wrong on that though. Does anybody else see that? Am I the only one? He doesn't look unathletic necessarily. I just don't know if he's got the side to side movement you need to be out in space with people. I think he's great going forward and backwards. But yeah, so great day to be a Mountaineer today. We'll try to get some more videos up tomorrow for you guys. And I thank you so much. Go check out the Zach Frazier video. He went viral over the weekend. It's certainly a cool video, and like, subscribe, the whole nine, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen. Check out Drake Toll on the next one, guys. Locked On Big 12 does amazing stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. This episode's over, and don't forget to cue those country roads.